Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Sami here. Today we are gonna see, what if Goku was the god of destruction, part 2, hope you'll enjoy this video. So before we start please subscribe to our channel, and like this video. So let's get into the video. Goku lets out a big yawn, and looks around. So, he slept here. He then walks down, and calls out his wife's name again, but he suddenly remembers that she died a long time ago. Laughing like a fool, he feels like it was a dream. Then, he hears those voices, their voices. Perhaps he should move on. I guess it's time for me to live with it. He finds an apron, and wears it. The house looks dirty, and he doesn't like that. At least, this is the best thing a Saiyan can do for his late wife. And this is maybe a sign of respect that shows his love though it's too late. Do you need help, Dad? Gohan says. Goku smiles at his son, as a way of saying, yes. I didn't know you do chores. I did it for Whis, and then he trained me. Not a bad deal, right? Gohan nods his head, and dusts off the table. His father has changed, he wouldn't do this stuff back then. After some hours, they made the house look great and clean. Thanks for helping me. Goku lies on the floor and is tired. Well, he hasn't got anything to eat. No problem. By the way, Pan wants you to come over and train her. Gohan sits next to him. Oh yeah, let's go then. Goku places his hand on Gohan, and both are gone. Pan is doing her schoolwork, but she goes down as soon as she hears a loud pop. It's her beloved grandpa. She jumps on him and spins him around. It's been 10 years, and she can't wait to have some sparring match with him. Calm down, Pan. Let him rest a little bit, will you? Videl shakes her head and bows her head to Goku. Sorry. Did I hurt you, Mr. God? The little girl makes fun of him. Having a gramps that is a god is so damn cool, right? And it's not a normal god, but a fucking god of destruction. Not at all, but I'm starving. Gohan, Videl, and Pan are watching him, and glad that he moves on. Of course, they weren't pleased that he betrayed the marriage and cheated on Chi-Chi, but seeing him last night was emotional for them. In the end, she forgave him, and so they should do the same. Thanks for the meal. You're a great cook, Videl. Second to Vados. Goku rubs his belly. How long are you going to stay here? Gohan asks. Well, I'm not sure. You have to ask Vados for that. Goku scratches his head and gets Pan outside for a match. That's the second time he says her name. Then, the match begins with Pan lands her punch on Goku's chest, but he smiles at her. Next, she tries to kick his neck, and Goku dodges that. For the next 5 minutes, Pan can't touch his hair. Damn it, let me punch you, Grandpa, Pan says. Well, I can't help. He shrugs his shoulders, as he avoids a kick in the face. Pan takes a distance, and fires a Kamehameha, but it dissolves once it touches the purple ore. Okay, I think we should stop here. It's not fair. Goku has to cover his ears, as Pan's scream can be heard across the world. Videl asks Goku if he wants to go to the beach with them, and have a small barbecue party. And he always says yes to food. The next day, all gather at Bulma's house for the party. Goku drives with Vados and Caulifla to go to the beach. The Saiyan girl complains about driving too slow, but she shuts her mouth when that bitch says nature is good. Caulifla doesn't want to argue with Vados because she knows she will lose. Alright, we're here. Goku stops the car. Women are setting up while the guys are talking about a friendly volleyball game. Whis and Vados explain the rules and how to play, because most of them don't even know what volleyball is. The winner of the game will receive a wish from Shinran. Team 6. Goku, Kaba, Kale, Caulifla, Goten, and Gohan. Team 7. Vegeta, Trunks, Batamo, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Tien. I'm not going to lose to you, Vegeta says with a smirk. Seriously? Okay, if I lost to you, I'd be your slave for a week. And if you lost to me, you'd be my slave for a week. Fair. Goku and Vegeta agree on the deal. They glare at each other and begin to form images in their mind. Alright, Team 7. As always, we have to beat them. Manager Beerus says, and steps on the ground. Not this again. Sighs. The party starts, so the game. Once the angels blow the whistle, Goku serves the ball. The prince quickly jumps and tries to smash it, but Caulifla blocks it and tosses it up. Kale heads it to Kaba, and the ball goes to Gohan, and he smashes it down. Only this time, no one from Team 7 can return the ball. 1 point goes to Team 6, Whis announces. They play this game better than baseball, right? Android 18 plays with Maroon. I guess. Bulma looks over Beerus, who crushes the kebab in his hand into dust. This time, Goku serves overhanded. Piccolo extends his arms to pass it to Tien, and he tosses it to the prince. The latter turns into blue, and smashes it down on the floor, but Kaba blocks it. The ball goes to Goten, and he hits it high. Batamo jumps, and strikes it down, but it goes outside the line. 1 point for Team 6, Vados announces. He serves again, but Piccolo fires a beam to change its direction, and falls out of the court. Goku's eyes are wide open. The book doesn't say you can't use energy to change the ball's direction, Vados says. Great job, Piccolo. We have a point now. Cheers for his team. As expected from Piccolo-san, we need to come up with a strategy, or we might lose, Gohan warns, but Caulifla doesn't care. This time, Tien serves the ball, and he uses solar flare to blind the opposite's team, and lets the ball fall. 2-2, Whis announces. Tien serves again, and Caulifla tries to smash it. The robot blocks it, and tosses it to Trunks, who smashes it down. Goten tries to save it, but fails. 1 point for Team 7, Whis says. Android 17 comes in to replace Kale, and he manages to grab 6 points. His twin sister substitutes for Batamo, and also grabs 6 points for the team. The game continues for about 10 minutes with Team 7 comes out as a victor with 27-25. Goku can't believe that he lost to Vegeta, and now he has to do whatever the prince tells him to do. As for Vegeta, finally, he gets his revenge. After all these years, he'd won. Bring orange juice to me, bitch. Vegeta orders. The glass pitcher is right next to you, Vegeta. You have arms, so you pour it in. Goku argues, as he massages the prince's legs. Shut up. You're my slave. Now, move your fucking ass. He kicks his face. He's a fucking god of destruction, so pathetic. Who is the one that came up with that stupid deal? Oh, it was him. God damn it, this is so humiliating. No, you have to crawl. You can't walk. What? And he has to crawl. Beerus is, as happy as ever, as he eats the meat and relaxes under the sun. Pan and Bull are swimming, while Kappa puts sunscreen on Kale's back. The guy turns red after seeing his fiancée in the swimsuit and tries to calm the little guy down. Caulifla brings some kebabs to her lover and, as he tries to eat some, Vegeta stops him. You will not eat for the whole day. Are you joking? Oh well, sorry Goku. You can eat me once we go home. She gives him a wink and walks away with the plate. Okay, thank you Zeno. Vegeta didn't say anything to that. Seeing his owner fall asleep, Goku walks over to his ladies and lies down to watch the ruby sky. It's so beautiful. The angel says, and plays with the guy's hair. Yeah, he replies. Gohan and Goten watch the scene, and they are happy that their father finds a new love. Vados looks at him, and recalls her first and final talk with that woman. It was a day after that party, she got a call from Whis. It turned out that Chi-Chi asked him through Bulma. She visited her home, and drank tea. It was an awkward silence, well, except the coughs, and Chi-Chi was the first to talk. I knew you had feelings for him. The angel stopped drinking, and placed a cup on the table. So, she knew. I don't blame you. The reason I call you to come here is that Chi-Chi stopped her sentence and covered her mouth. Vados twisted her eyebrow after seeing that. Are you okay? You look pale. Vados asks. Not really. Chi-Chi smiles. She told the angel about the heart virus that she battled for 2 years, but it appeared that she had little time left. She asked Vados to take her place, and took care of him and her children. It might be a selfish request, but she had no choice. Chi-Chi also seemed fine with the young Saiyan. She saw the love between them when he wanted the girl to train with him. I understand, but are you sure with this? Do you care about Goku's feelings? I'm sure he would want to stay with you until the end. Vados couldn't believe that she would ask that. She knew it pained her to ask another woman to live with her husband. I know, but I can't. I don't want him to suffer. This marriage was different from others because it was based on a childhood promise. The look he gave you, he never looked at me in that way. It was pure love and passion. He protects me, but I know it's just like how he protects his friends. We have kids, and yet did you know that they were only born because I had to use the pill on him? It seemed like she couldn't hold back, and broke down in tears. The angel looked shocked. She didn't believe that Goku hadn't kissed his wife, and now she knew why. Vados had great admiration for Chi-Chi, and her endurance for 20+ years. She fell for her. To have a fake marriage was a living hell for this woman, and she managed to overcome it. She was a faithful wife, and the bravest woman. After long thought, the angel nodded her head. Thank you Vados-san. Thank you so much. The next day, Vados learned that Chi-Chi died. It was sad, but at the same time, she felt happy that she finally broke free of pain. Now, she looks down at the Saiyan, and places a kiss on his forehead. Don't worry. I promise I'll take care of this idiot and your kids for you. Vados also talks with Gohan and Goten, and they've agreed to call her mom, even though it sounds weird to her. As for the other Goku's lover, she doesn't like being called mom. She's still 20, and it makes her look like Prince's wife. Hey, I'm still here, Caulifla says, as she pushes Vados away and hugs the guy. How dare she kiss him without her permission? Vados chuckles and looks at the stars above her. Well, we'll take care of him. Rest in peace, Chi-Chi-san. Goku returns to his planet after a week of serving Vegeta as his slave. He continues to do his job and also asks Hit to help him out by killing evildoers. Of course, he pays him well. Since that party, he feels more tired than usual. He's not sure if he got sick like the last time, so Goku doesn't tell those girls. He knows how they will react. It starts to get worse, and the angel notices that. Are you okay? Tell me what's going on. She asks with a concerned look. Goku shakes his head, and tries to act as if he's okay. So, either you're telling me the truth, or I will end this relationship. You will not touch me, and I will not love you. Vados threatens, and it works. Fine. You're scary, babe. Goku gives up, and explains his conditions to his love. She deduces that it has to do with the state of the gods that Goku broke 10 years ago. I will talk to the Grand Priest about this, Vados says, and calls out to her staff. It seems like he requests her to be at the palace, but not Goku. That's weird. Well, she goes to meet the Kaishin, and both go to meet the Grand Priest. In the meantime, Goku sits on the rock and plays with his pets. Caulifla has to go back to her planet due to her brother being ill. Goku doesn't think that life, as a god, would be this boring. Does this cause Beerus to get grumpy all the time? What is even more shocking is that he hasn't fought anyone since the fight with Jiren. He did try to ask Hit for a match, but he was just so busy. Please. Just someone come and play with me. He falls on the grass and watches the moons. And he gets his wish. Hello, Goku-sama, yes. This voice he hears somewhere. He looks around and sees the angel from Universe 11 with a box in her hands. Hey, you are. He somehow forgets her name. Margarita, yes. She replies. Oh, yeah. It's you. Then, he recalls how she stood in front of the gods and demanded her father to end Vados' life. He doesn't hold a grudge, but he doesn't like her. This lady, she's different from the rest of her siblings. My god of destruction asks me to bring you this. It's a box of candy. Okay, he will accept this gift. After all, Goku never says no to food. Then, she takes out a red envelope. Oh, a meeting. Strange. Gods of destruction can have meetings via the staff. Tell Toppo that I appreciate this gift. You can bring those vegetables with you, they are fresh and healthy. Make sure to share it with the Pride Trooper. He hands the angel 5 sacks of fresh greens and turns his back away, a sign to show that he doesn't want her to stay here any longer. The angel nods her head and goes away. Alright. These balls look yummy. Goku puts one in his mouth and goes crazy. Damn, so good. He can feel all of his strength is back and can destroy the universe if he wishes to. Goku eats all of them and decides to take a nap. He grabs the envelope and opens it. Then Goku drops it on the grass and stands up straight. He wants to release everything, so he lets out a roar that breaks the ground. The gods feel this power and start to fear that it may be the end of the universe. I can't believe this. It's so huge. Beerus is sweating as he tries to stand still. Then, all of a sudden, he falls on the ground and is unable to move. Whis, as well, cannot move. For the first time since his creation, he is trembling in fear. Then, all of them sense it, Universe 6's destruction. Whis, do something. It's going to crush us. The cat resists with all of his mighty power, but it's like all of his strength leaves him. Sister, what are you doing? Whis says to himself. The Grand Priest manages to create a barrier in which it surrounds the palace. Next, he creates a portal and goes to where Goku is. The shockwave stops the Grand Priest from coming near the Saiyan, however, it doesn't last long as he quickly taps his neck and brings an end to it. What a mess. He says to himself. The Grand Priest taps his staff to revert to time and knocks out Goku once again. He gasps for air and collapses on the grass, but something catches his eyes. The Grand Priest picks both of the objects up and takes a closer look. It can't be, he whispers to himself. It stopped. Beerus notices that time has reversed, and who has done it? It's now back to normal, but is it? Vados reappears next to Goku and the Grand Priest, and she starts to sense the Kai leaks out of the objects on her father's hand. Is that? Yes, Dark Kai. Vados, look at the past events for me. The Grand Priest orders. Who has done this? Using Dark Kai is a violation because it can corrupt a god or an angel. Out of all beings, the gods of destruction are the most vulnerable ones. Strange. My vision gets blocked. I knew it. That person was one step ahead of us. The Grand Priest closes his eyes. Caulifla returns, and she gets next to him. Listen to me. I had locked Goku's power, but it wouldn't last long. Until then, you two have to stay close to him all the time because love is the enemy of Dark Kai. Since he can't use his power, his life and the Kaishin are in grave danger. With that, I shall return to the palace. Best of luck. The Grand Priest opens a portal and leaves. Let's go inside. Vados taps her staff and all in Goku's bedroom. A few hours later, the girls hear the groaning sound. He's up and doesn't seem to remember anything, which is good. Hey, you're back, Kali. And Vados, you look sick. Goku yawns and steps out of his bed. I'm fine. Anyway, the water is ready for you. The angel smiles. Wanna take a bath with me? The Saiyan smirks at the girls, and they look at each other and nod their heads. Oh yes, Goku. Fuck me harder. Vados wraps her legs around his waist and her arms around his neck as his cock thrusts into her. The water flows along with his rhythm, as well as her moans. At the same time, Goku's tongue plays with cauliflower, and he brings her head closer to explore her mouth. You're so sweet, Kali. He breaks the kiss and teases his little girl. And, of course, she turns red, as always. Goku giggles at her reaction and looks down at Angel. He knows that she's about to dash again, and so he pulls out his head and is left inside. That's not funny. You had a harsh thrust inside that could tear her womb apart. It hurts and good at the same time for both of them. She can feel Goku's thick cock is slamming against her cervix. Goku feels some pain on his back, but he doesn't care as he continues to let his balls hit Vados. Yes, yes, yes. Harder, babe. Why is it so fucking good? The angel lowers her head down to lick cauliflower and uses one hand to play with her breasts. Oh my, you're squeezing me in this position, babe. Goku grabs her hair from behind and goes wild like an ape. Then he shoots all of his silky liquids and lets it flood her womb. Goku takes his banana out and the seeds ooze out like lava. That's a lot. Vados reaches her hand down and gives it a taste. He chuckles and closes his eyes again once cauliflower swallows his cock. She blows it a kiss and then turns around. Fuck me, godfucker. He holds the bases and just teases her by moving up and down, and it pisses her off. All of a sudden, he spins it around the upper hole. May I? He asks. I'm not sure. Does it hurt? She nervously looks at him. A little, but it will be awesome, trust me. I'll be gentle, okay? Goku kisses her cheek and goes in, but only half of it. It hurts. Goku wipes out those little tears and only moves when his little girl nods her head. Vados moves under both of them and licks those juices. So good. Go faster, Goku. And he starts to move faster. Fuck, I can't believe that this is so fucking good. So hot. My ass is burning. She breathes heavily and feels like her face is getting hotter. Well, being fucked both holds the same, of course. She moans louder when Goku gropes both of her breasts. I'm dashing again. Warm liquids leak out and the angel drinks them all. Goku lays on the cold cement and moans when cauliflower bends herself down to kiss him. Then, she turns into blue and speeds up. So tight, Collie. He says. You're a pervert, Goku. You fuck both Vados and me. Who's next? She gasps for air and pushes deeper, which makes her dash again. No one. Goku holds her hip and thrusts harder. Cauliflower smiles and yells his name one final time before he lets out a groan and releases all of his sweets into her. I will only fuck you and Vados. He whispers in her ears and brings the angel closer to him. Sure. Are you sure you won't fuck anyone else behind our backs? Vados asks with doubt in her eyes. For example. Goku asks, dumbfounded. Margarita. Vados sighs. Oh? That angel. What about her? The Saiyan plays with Vados' hair while cauliflower doesn't move at all. She rests her head on his chest and listens to the talk. You sure don't have any feelings for her? She is quite pretty and has a good body, too. Don't you want to spread her legs out and fuck her juicy private part? Don't you want to push her head down with all of your force and thrust deeper inside her? Cauliflower notices that his cock starts to get hard when Vados says that with a voice full of lust. No, I don't really like her. Remember how she asked your father to punish you? I have hated her since then. Now that you mentioned, she did visit me right after you left for the palace. What did you say? She what? Vados yells at his face with a look that might even scare the Grand Priest. I said that Margarita came here with a box of candy and an envelope. I found it weird since you never told me that there would be a meeting. Why didn't you tell me sooner? She yells again. Well, you didn't ask, so I didn't say. Goku replies. Vados sighs and summons her staff to contact the Grand Priest. Goku doesn't know what's happening and why his babe acts like that. Could it be that she got mad at him due to eating all the candy without her? No, Vados doesn't like sweets. What could it be? Cauliflower knows the full story and asks herself if this was all an incident or else. Goku Cauliflower looks at his eyes. I love you, and so you better not cheat on me. She kisses him. I will never cheat on you, and Vados, I promise. I will protect you with my life. Promise. She raises her pinky finger. Promise. Both lock their pinkies. Hey, don't forget about me, idiot. Also, promise us that you won't sleep with Margarita. Goku smiles and does the same to the angel. He will protect both of them and never betray their love for him. Never. Somewhere in Universe 11, an angel watches the entire scene. She looks down at her dress and it's completely wet. Yes, the angel watched them making love. She watched how his super huge cock went into those bitches. She couldn't help but reach down and play with her private part while moaning for his name. Even using her staff wasn't enough to fill the void. She wants him. She wants that cock of his inside her and fucks her like he fucks those girls. She had fucked Belmont, but he was nowhere near Goku. Goku is enormous, long, and can last for hours, while that clown came in less than 10 minutes. Oh, she wants to taste his cock, his dash, and everything. She keeps playing with her already wet private part with her staff, even though it's flashing non-stop. His power is so great that he resists my influence. Well, that's interesting. Promise. I will break it, sister. Son Goku, you will be mine, yes. Margarita whispers and gets another orgasm. What? Tango. Caulifla raises her eyebrow and sighs. Okay, so, it's a dance. She gets it, but that sounds stupid, and only for the weak. She would never do such a thing. It's fun, trust me. We can teach you. She rolls her eyes, as her husband starts to show off his skills. Since when did he learn all this stuff? He starts to move back and forth with that bitch, and she feels dizzy right away. Count me out of this. I don't like this at all. The girl leaves the bath and cleans up the mess between her legs. Okay, so, let's do this. At the same time, the angel of the 11th is on her kneel in front of the kings. The grand priest looks pissed. He called her 124 times, and she didn't pick up, not even one. Explain to me. How did you possess Dark Kai? You know that out of all beings, the gods are the weakest to Dark Kai, and yet you hid them in these things, and gave them to Goku. What are you trying to do? I didn't know. Margarita is scared. It's super rare to see her father in a rage mode. And once he is, it's the end. The last time he was this angry was when he found out they had an affair. That fucking whore. The gods sense how their worlds begin to shake, and some of them shit their pants thanks to this. Then explain why you gave this to Goku. I talked to Toppo, and he said he didn't order you to travel to Universe 6 to give this to Goku. The Grand Priest holds up the red envelope, while Margarita remains silent. She runs out of ideas. And then, the angel laughs out loud, and stares at her father. I did it, so what? So, Goku puts up a shiny dress, and a hat, and starts to show off, and it is not as bad as she thought. Alright, I like this. What's this music called? The Saiyan girl asks. It's Michael Jackson's music, right babe? Goku asks his angel, and she nods her head. So, Trunks once played a song called Billie Jean, and he loves it. The beat is just so badass. Maybe. He doesn't know, but he knows that it'd fit Caulifla. Who the heck is that? The girl starts to get interested in this guy, and Vados explains that he was one of the greatest musicians of all time, and people on Earth were just in love with him, and still love him after his death. This is the best one, Goku smirks, and smoothly walks backward. Damn, what's that? Her eyes are as shining as the stars. Moonwalk. Teach me, you dumbass. Okay, chill. Goku is doing the tango with Vados since the other one says no. Plus, her height is just around 5 feet. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. He holds her hand and waist and starts to move, but she accidentally steps on his foot. It's fucking hurt. You're wearing heels, not sandals. Goku yells in pain and grasps his feet and jumps around. Thanks Zeno, it's not her. That's Caulifla's thought. I'm so sorry, love. I'll change it right now. Thanks Zeno, it's not just him. Well, 2 hours AGO. What? Another tournament, what's wrong with his brain? Yeah. Dad told me he's going to ask Zeno-sama for a dance competition to kill his boredom. Gohan covers his ears from Bulma's scream. Boredom? We almost got erased the last time. That jerk, I will kill him. What are the prizes? Android 18 asks. So, first place will get a wish from the Super Dragon Balls. Second place will receive 2 trucks of golds and diamonds. And third place, the cube. You can use it to travel anywhere in the universe, but you can only use it for a week. Gohan finishes his sentence, and the wife of Krillin snaps her hand on the table with a grin. Krillin feels something is off, and he's right because she agrees to join to get her hands on those golds. I will join that tournament. No one can believe what they just heard. Vegeta, the proud prince of the Saiyans, wants to join a dance competition. For real. Before Bulma could say anything, her husband grabbed her hand inside and started preparing the clothes. At the same time, the prince is making sure that he's going to beat his rival and win third place. That's right. He wants to spend some time with his family, and this is a perfect chance for him. I'm not wearing that, you idiot. Vegeta grunts as soon as he sees the Hawaiian dress. Bulma wants to do the Hawaiian dance, but there's no way he's going to wear that. It's a piece of cloth that covers his private area, and 2 dried bowls to cover his boobs. No way. Come on. It looks good on you. He can hear Bulma is trying to control herself, but she can't help thinking of him in that cute dress. Oh, I know. Papa wants to have some fun with Mama. That's why you agreed to this, am I right? Vegeta gets flustered once Bulma finishes. He turns his head away to make sure that no one sees his face turning red. If you don't have anything else to say, then get out, Vegeta says. Don't be so harsh on kids, love. She's just telling the truth, so no need to be mad. You're sweet, sometimes. Whispers in his ears, and kisses his cheek. Good job, Mama. What a perfect scene. Bulma winks at her with a camera in her hand. Fuck. Get back here, now. Kaba and Kale will join, as well, or Caulifla might give them a one-way ticket to hell. On the other hand, the Grand Priest has no word to say at all. He is stunned by her words. It was his fault for not noticing her strange behavior, and now, her hatred keeps going up. Flashback. You're always like this, my dear father. In your eyes, she's perfect. In your eyes, I'm a failure. She stood up and glared straight at him. The priest remained calm while the king started to feel annoyed. They, of course, would not intervene until they felt like they needed to. You caught them in bed, and what did you do? Nothing. You didn't punish them under the so-called angel laws. Now, you even let her. That's enough of you, Margarita. You went too far. The Grand Priest had enough of this. Yes, he was the creator of the angel laws, but he never thought that one day, one of his children would stand in front of him and accuse him like this. Indeed, Vados and Whis had an affair, but they went too far. They stopped before it went further. They were not caught on the bed, as you said. Tell me the truth, will you? That's not your reason, correct? She sighed and smiled. They were not on the bed, right? Then, at least, they violated the laws. However, he didn't want his precious kids to die, and so he gave them another chance. That bitch, she knew everything, and acted like she didn't know. Vados knew she had feelings for Whis, and yet, she took him away from her. I love Goku. That's my reason. You love him? I don't think so. You're just jealous of your sister. No, my dear father. I love him, and that's final. You once said that love is not a sin, right? Then, my feelings for Goku are also not a sin. I did everything because of love. That's not love, Margarita. That's possession. You're trying to get something that does not belong to you. Stop it, you and I both know the results. The Grand Priest was right, she had feelings for Goku, though it wasn't pure love like Vados. He cared for his children, he tried his best to make sure they would be spared from being erased, even if they broke the laws. I will win his heart. So, stay out of this. Margarita demands. I order you to stop all of this nonsense, and I will not punish you. Then what will you do if I say no? She gave him a challenging look. You already know the answer. The Grand Priest turned his back. Erasure not bad. Present. The Grand Priest doesn't know what to do. Call him a selfish deity. Yeah, he is. He doesn't care if trillions of lives will be lost because to him, his children are everything. He cannot lose them, but he created the laws, and so he should obey the laws if he wants others to do the same thing. Is this what humans call fear? Fear of losing someone? Did he make a mistake when making him a god? Yes, and no. He does a great job, as a god of destruction, however, she wouldn't act like that if he were just a mere mortal. He is tired, and he needs some rest. Then, suddenly, they arrive with smiles on their faces, and holding hands tightly. At least, that clears his mind a bit. What brings you here? The Grand Priest greets Goku with a calm face like usual. I have an idea that will entertain our little friends. He winks. Oh boy, what a troublemaker. Very well, come on in. Goku the kings fly off their thrones to welcome their friend. It has been a while since he last visited him, and they're starting to get bored. Here you go, my gifts to both of you. 2 boxes of chocolates are enough to change the mood. I know you guys are getting bored, so I have an idea. We're going to do a festival with lots of food and fun. People will wear a masquerade and dance. You will judge them and decide who's going to win. That sounds so cool. Let's do it. Present Zeno's eyes are shining. Yeah, do it right now. Future one is no different. The Grand Priest will announce to all the gods shortly. While he's playing with Zeno, the angels have a private talk. What does she tell you? Vados asks. She is so angry that her sister would do such a thing, and she knows why. It's for revenge, so obvious. The Grand Priest says everything to her, but not the love part. He believes it is best if Vados doesn't know about this, or a war between them might break out. Then, the Grand Priest has a great plan that will put an end to this mess, although it's dangerous. Still, he has to take a risk. I want you to do me a favor. Anything, father. Their dialogue ends when Goku walks out. See you later. He waves at the shore and leaves the palace. The Grand Priest sighs and walks inside in deep thoughts. It's a double-edged sword, but he has to bet on it. This is going to be fun, but I hope they give us some time to let us practice our dance. Oh man, I forgot to tell Zenchan about this. Goku rubs her belly and rests his head on her shoulder. She smells so good, and that turns him on. However, Vados' mind is somewhere else. The plan that her father told her was so hazardous. Plus, she doesn't know if Goku will say yes to that. Did you hear me? Hello. Yes. What did you say? She turns her eyes to him and tries to act normal. Are you okay? You look weird. Yes, I am. I was just thinking about the dance. So, let's hurry up and leave. Vados lies. Babe. Yeah. We're home. Vados looks around and taps her forehead. How silly of her. She forgot that Goku has instant transmission. Before he can ask her any question, she hits her staff to transport them to Caulifla and pulls her into a room for a talk. What do you want? I'm busy doing the moonwalk. She scowls at the angel, but she shuts her mouth when Vados gives her a death stare. Alright, go ahead. My father wants us to get pregnant. 1, 2, and 3. Say what? Goku is revisiting planets that he spared the last time, and he's thrilled to see they have changed. On the other hand, some were doing poorly, and so he gets rid of them for good. He has no idea why he did that, but he feels like they don't deserve to live if they don't improve. Okay, are we done? Vados doesn't reply, and that worries him. She's been like that for days now since that trip. What's happening? The angel is still thinking about what the Grand Priest said, and she doesn't think it's going to work. She knows her too well, and she knows that Margarita will never give up even if both of them get pregnant. Hello, he waves his hand in front of her. Yes? Vados turns to him. Don't yes me, babe. Tell me, did you think about someone else? You're so mean, Vados. Goku walks inside the castle while trying to hide his smile. At least, for a moment, she's back to normal. As he expected, the angel ran, as fast as she could, and tried to explain. Oh my, she's so cute. And then, she notices that. That's not funny, you idiot. How could you joke about that? I hate you. Goku wraps his hands around her waist and kisses her cheeks. But you won't hate him, right? She turns blush and slightly shakes her head, but he's right. Can you stop doing that every morning? Caulifla yawns as she walks outside while rubbing her growling stomach. They're acting like she does not exist. Don't tell me you forgot that I live here, too. Caulifla raises her eyebrow. Well, you're second place, darling. Vados giggles. Oh? Will you two please calm down for a second? He shakes his head. Damn, they keep fighting like Tom and Jerry, even though they live together for like 12 years. First, they fight. Next, they chill out like best friends. And then, they fight again. What the fuck? Changing weather, they're driving him nuts. No one will ever understand girls. Wait, who asks him to understand? Fine. The Saiyan walks inside in anger, and soon he has to follow to calm her down. Here we go again. It's been months now, they keep fighting for months over little things. The festival that he planned with the Grand Priest has been cancelled thanks to this. That's right. He planned for a proposal. Oh well, proposals. Wait, listen to me, Collie. He grabs her wrist, but she pushes him away and shuts her door. Leave. I don't want to see your pathetic face. What's wrong with you? No answer. Goku sighs and leaves, as she says. He doesn't know who he should talk to right now. Wait, that person. After leaving a note for Vados, he teleports himself to Earth, or specifically, Bulma's house. She places her cup of tea down on the table once Goku finishes the story. Honestly, this is strange. They're still using protections, which means there is no chance that either of them gets pregnant. So, what's the problem here? Maybe she's jealous that you ignore her and always hang out with Vados. She says. But Collie knows about this. It's not like one-on-one, you know. But perhaps Caulifla is having some mental issues. Wait, you are saying that she's crazy? No way. I mean, Collie is normal. Goku drops his orange juice on the floor in panic, and Bulma sighs. After all, it's a mere assumption. Still, it could be, given the fact that Goku is busy with being a destroyer, and ignores her most of the time, except when it comes to sex. She might think that he's only using her for sexual pleasure. Oh, man, I'm not. I swear. I believe you, Holy Dend. What I'm trying to say is that girls are sensitive, and often overthinking when it comes to this. You should talk to her, and solve the problem, or it's going to get worse. Bulma says, as her worker cleans up the mess. However, she's not sure if this was an issue. That girl is a tough woman, and she agrees about sharing. So, there's no way she could think like that. Damn it, things related to Goku always get so confusing. Now, use the festival as a way to cheer them up. And then, I guess you already know what to do next, correct? Oh yeah, he hadn't thought about that. Giving a thumb up to his friend, he quickly gets back to his planet. It will be a perfect night for all three of them, he swears to Zeno. Margarita watches the scene with joy. It seems like her plan is working. Fools. No matter what you try to do, you will fail. Very soon, I will take him away from you, Vados. Oh yes, you too, Caulifla. No one can stop me, not even the Grand Priest. And also, don't blame me. It's because of you, Vados. You took everything away from me, even my love. I will make you suffer, mark my word. Margarita slams her glass of wine down on the floor and laughs out loud. Is everything okay? Toppo knocks the door. His angel is acting weird lately. Should he tell the Grand Priest? Yes, it's okay. Don't worry. She lied. Boy Collie. Come on out and eat something. Goku looks at the food that Vados made 2 days ago and is still untouched. This girl is so stubborn as hell. Alright, if this is how she wants to play, then he will play with her. If you don't eat, then I don't eat. I will stay here until you come out. And she doesn't respond to him, which is fine. Goku is on his knees and closes his eyes. This is a piece of cake for him. But he starts to feel something odd within his body. It's like he's losing all of his power. His eyelids are heavy, and all he can hear before passing out is Caulifla crying out his name. The Grand Priest opens the door and looks stunned at the guest. He just smiles at him and asks if the angel could invite him in. Zeno-sama, we have a guest. The Grand Priest tells the two infants. Oh, it has been a while since we saw you. Their innocent eyes soon turn serious as the guest speaks out his thoughts. Goku wakes up in his room with a headache that can tear his brain into two. What the heck was that? And then, he smells a familiar scent. You scared me. Your Kai was gone, and I thought you were dead. Caulifla says while in tears. It's pretty rare for her to cry like this, and only Goku receives the honor. He chuckles, and brings her closer while winking at Vados behind. I'm not dead, silly. And have you eaten yet? No? Caulifla is panicking once again, as he collapses down on his bed, but she realizes something, and punches his chest. That hurts. Goku laughs, and watches her releasing her stress on him. That's what you get for faking your death. If you really want to die, then I will grant your wish right now. Caulifla lowers her head, and kisses his lips, and quickly runs away with Vados. Those girls are weird. You sense that, right? Vados asks, as both get themselves a safe place, and then begin their discussion. When Goku passed out, unidentified Kai leaked out from his body. It was Dark Kai. Vados deduces that someone is behind all of this, and she knows who it is. She cannot let this continue, or Goku's life will be threatened. The Dark Hit drains his life force, which means that he will die. What are we going to do? Caulifla whispers because she knows his hearing is exceptional thanks to that limit breaking. I'll take care of it. In the meantime, I think it is best if we stop trashing each other. The Saiyan nods her head though she didn't want to pick fights with Vados, it was like never mind. Did you eat Cauli? He says, and it scares the shit out of him. Holy crap, stop doing that, you idiot. Caulifla raises her punch, and is ready to send him to the moon. Goku puts his hands up in defense, all he did was use instant transmission. By the way, I talked to the Grand Priest, and we agreed that the festival will take place 3 days from now. So, you better practice your moonwalk and tango. And don't ask me for help because I won't help you too, I've got some other stuff to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You idiot. Both say in unison. And so, the day has come. Goku looks in the mirror with a grin on his face, and admires how handsome he is in the suit. He's wearing a black tuxedo. Of course, according to the traditions, he has to wear his symbol when the kings are present, which is the pin on his jacket. Seriously. It destroys the beauty of his suit. Are you done? Hurry up, please. He yells out. Why do girls take hours in there when they say 5 more minutes? When the door opens, he turns around, and is ready to complain again. However, he stares at the girls. Damn. So beautiful. Gorgeous. And yes, handsome. Well, Vados is wearing a big grey dress that looks like a balloon. She's also showing off her shoulders, which is stunning. Oh my, every man will kneel before her, and beg her to kill them. Of course, she will never kill him. At the same time, Cauliflower sticks to her style, and says no to skirts or stuff like that. She's wearing a suit just like him with 3 buttons undone from her collar, except a bow tie. So, how do I look, Mr. Prince? The angel blushes, as he keeps staring at her. Delicious. He mumbles, but she catches it, and turns redder than a tomato. And yes, what shocks him is Cauliflower. Oh my, he just wants to rip those clothes, and bang her right now. Okay, Son Goku, not now. But she likes doing it on purpose, and that's hard. Alright, let's go, ladies. They both grab his arm, and teleport to Zeno's palace. Damn, the place looks fucking awesome. Cauliflower's eyes are dropping on the floor. My Zeno, it's like a fairyland. Of course, it took him 3 days with the Grand Priest to redecorate it, well, with a little help from the gods. Balloons, ribbons, etc. It's girly, but it's cool. The Grand Priest is still wearing that old blue outfit, which doesn't fit tonight's theme. He's rolling his eyes, and walks inside with a silver masquerade mask on his face. That shorty doesn't have a taste, after all. Goku at least, his friends are adapting, they're super cute in those baby suits. Oh hey, what do you think? He holds both of their hands, and swings them around, as always. It's great. You cure my boredom. Yeah. So fun, and beautiful. I can't wait. He smiles, and then notices his old team is coming. Oh man, look at Vegeta's face, so funny. But is that Beerus? He's wearing an ancient white linen tunics with a funny looking hat on his head. On the other hand, Whis chooses a modern style. Others are fine, but those two are bizarre. Anyway, as other universes start to show up, he quickly pulls Cauliflower away, and whispers something in her ears. Can you do that? He asks her again. Don't underestimate me, idiot. She elbows his stomach, and then walks out, but he stops her. Goku takes out a necklace made with stones that he collected on planets that he planned to destroy, as well as some on Earth. He places it around her neck, and then takes a closer look at it. Beautiful. Just wow. You're welcome. Goku smiles. Cauliflower is puzzled at this, but she sees Vados is also wearing a similar one. Never thought her guy would spend time doing this at all. Cauliflower says no to this shining shit because it's fucking itching, and prevents her from fighting full power. It becomes ashes as she powered up. So, this is surprising. I was planning to give it to you two later, but I saw Bulma wearing a big one, so I don't want her to outshine you. No matter what, you and Vados have to be the stars of the night. Damn, this guy is not bad. Cauliflower chuckles, and wraps her hands around his neck. How bold. Are you sure about that? A lot of wolves are here tonight, and they might eat me. Let them eat you. I thought guys would get jealous if their mates were wearing them like this. She deliberately lowers her upper body so that Goku will get a better view. Well, you look delicious to them. Goku kisses her neck, which makes the sweet girl slightly moaning. There's no way that he's going to let them watch his mates like this, except himself. That's why he asked everyone to wear a mask and turned the light down during the dance. It's just no. They belong to him, and he belongs to these girls. No one else. But at the same time, he wants to show everyone how gorgeous and beautiful they are. Oh man, one is stunning, one is sexy. Damn, he's the luckiest man ever. Stay close to me, she whispers in his ears. Her voice is so sweet, however, it's quite shaking for some reason. Of course, my love. He holds her hand and leaves the shadow to find Vados, who enjoys a nice glass of champagne with Bulma. He stands next to her and raises his left hand to get her attention, to which she grabs it tightly with a smile. Hello. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Let the festival begin. The first couple, and I don't have to introduce them. Please, come on up and show us your dance. Belmont says. And the music is on. Vados changes her dress so that she can move easily. And now, the most exciting part of the night, I know. They walk on the stage, his right hand on her waist, and they dance, as the beautiful symphony plays along. It's not a dream, right? He was drunk, and, well, he should. Those gods keep pouring alcohol down his throat like water. It seems like they get jealous because of the dance. So, the rest go in, and move around, and show off what they learn. When Vegeta and Bulma are up, Goku spills out his drink, and bursts in laughing. What's he wearing? He doesn't have to show his banana. He can see Hid is chuckling a bit, which is nice. Oh yes, Jiren as well. What a show. Goku hopes that the God Tube is here to record all of it, because he will bring pride into his face. That's what he will get for treating him like a servant. Stop. You drink too much. Just a little bit. No? Please. Your puppy eyes won't help you. Goku sighs and lies on Vados' shoulder. Oh, man, she's so strict. Beerus and Champa are so drunk right now that they jump on the stage and do the belly dance. That prince also shares the stage with his bingo dance. Bulma asked him to either do it or no more gravity room. Poor those guys, because it was Goku's idea. He put drugs in their drinks that made them go crazy, and then his little girl would record all of it. This is so fun. Belmont thought it was great to be back and host this event, but he found out that the reason he came back was because of his clown outfit. So, he switched Goku's drink to Beerus's beer, and the result was him moving around like a real ape. Sweet revenge. Serves you right. The clown smirks. He looks happy. Whis comments. He, too, is happy for them. Yeah. She plays with his hair and chuckles. I don't see Beerus. Where is he? Vados looks around, but can't find her little brother. Whis once heard the Grand Priest say he sent him to Universe 7 to learn about mortals, as a part of his training, but it seems like it didn't work out as planned. He can't blame him because he also chose the wrong path. You know about what happened at that time. I'm sorry. She continues. Whis is surprised by this. Why would she talk about it now? He doesn't say anything, and watches his students singing and dancing. Okay, he may be a good dancer, but he is just as bad as him when it comes to Carrick. As he watches them, he thinks about what his sister told him earlier. It pops up out of nowhere, those images, and how it led to forbidden love. Well, it's gone, those feelings are gone, as time goes. They say memory sleeps, and will never die. 500 million years ago. Stop for a sec, please. I can't feel my legs. She stopped her staff in midair, and lowered it down, and turned her back away to get some food. The young Whis poured the jar over his head, and rested on the grass. He thought he was dead for sure. She was going mad. Father did not go hard on him, and yet. Big sis, are you okay? He shyly asked her, but she didn't reply. Which remained quiet for a few moments until she gave him the dessert. Hurry up, and eat it before it melts. After that, I'll train you on how to control your emotions. She's not that bad, after all. He was shocked after the Grand Priest said he would send him to Vados to complete his training there, and Whis would stay there until he called him back because his boss got mad and wiped off 6 universes. Anyway, his siblings told him that Vados was so cold to everyone, including her father. Vados was the total opposite of Siskus. The first time Whis met her, he thought that she was going to eat him alive. He could tell that Vados did not like the idea of having to share her time with her brother. The first day was terrifying. She went all out, and did not hold back at all. She broke his arm, nose, 4 ribs, and left him dying cold. If it weren't for Arden rushing out and saving him, he wouldn't be here today. Vados didn't talk most of the time, and only did when Arden ordered her to do something. Today was the first time that she spoke to him, not about training, of course. Hey. I'm hungry. Arden walked out in his pajamas. Very well. Wait here, Whis. As soon as she walked inside, Arden grabbed the young angel to a place far away from the castle. Did she really say your name? He asked while looking around to make sure that Vados wouldn't hear about this. Yeah. Holy shit. For real. Well done, Whis-chan. She never called anyone's name, even mine. He laughed and ran inside for the food and left his behind with a drop on his head. Okay, he was weird sometimes. Of course, he would never say no to food though he didn't have to eat. So, the Haitian went off to do his job, much to Whis' relief. And now, he was alone. It was pretty chilling, aka boring that he could live, as long as he didn't break the laws, which Whis doubted that he would. Whis sat next to the lake and watched the sky. It was a habit that he picked up during his time on Angel's Planet and with the Grand Priest. Most of his siblings did not hang out with him, and he didn't know why. So, this habit formed. Suddenly, the image of his sister appeared. Whis closed his eyes and shook his head to clear the thought, but when he opened the eyes, it popped up again. What was that? Perhaps his eyes got hit so bad the last time that he started to see weird things. Well, she was like the gem of the universe, so yeah, he got attracted to that. It was pure admiration, after all. She could succeed father, but turned it down. Now, I know why he called you Silent Whis. Vados touched down next to her brother and tapped his shoulder with her staff. And so the training continued, but this time, it was different. So, you know that angels don't pick a side, right? She asked him, and he nodded. And that is why we cannot display our emotions, but it is a source of power. When you get mad, your power increased. It's called rage mode. I believe you already know it. So, I want you to do your best to control your emotions. If you do it, then you'll achieve greater strength. Well, I guess you know that this also applies to that. It may be hard for the gods, but for us, as angels should be a piece of cake. Vados took a deep breath and told what to try. Holy Zeno, that was the first time that she talked more than usual. And yes, he did it for like 2 minutes to finish the task. Not bad for a trainee. Arden looked pissed and went inside to take a nap. He had been a god of destruction for 120 million years and still couldn't do it. Yes, he lost to a person twice younger than his reign. How pathetic. 6 months felt like 6 seconds, but to someone as slow as Arden, it was like 6,000 years. Today was the final day that he stayed with both of them, as the Grand Priest had called him to come back. It was fun to hang out with the god, and not so good with his sister. At least, she talked to him, which was great. His father did not believe it when Whis told him that. He thought that his son must have hit his head so severely that he got amnesia. His reaction was priceless, by the way. Thanks for everything, big sis. I'll see you soon. Whis bowed his head. Vados did the same, but kept a blank face. And then, he took off and left the planet. Without him, there'd be no fun. Arden chuckled and found out that he just talked to himself. Hey, Vados. Stop treating me like I'm invisible. Act all she wanted, but she would never change it. The Grand Priest looked pleased with the process and praised his son for completing the training. Before Whis could say anything, his father had a small present for him. My son, it has been a while. Whis smiled and jogged to give a big hug to that person. Yeah, a while, indeed, mother. She knelt before Zeno and told him that she had finished the mission to restore the parallel dimensions. Well done. I expected nothing more from you, can't say. You may retire. Zeno said. The other angels also came to greet their mom, but one was not there. Still mad at me. Good grief. Tell me, how are you all doing? Kensei said while doing hair for her youngest daughter, Margarita. After all those years, her beloved daughter never came to greet her, and she wouldn't expect her to come. Oh, we're doing great. Everything is the same as before you left. Korn replied. We miss you, mother. Kus smiled. What about you, Whis? Oh, father trained me, but you know Zeno-sama raced those universes, and so he had to send me to Sis Vados. I learned a lot from her, and you may not believe this, but she spent like 2 hours talking with me. Arden-sama was friendly as well, though we fought a lot over Vados' food. She is a talented cook just like you. Who just went on and told how amazing Vados was and was ignorant of his mother's reaction. Campari stepped on which foot to stop him, but it didn't work. Kensei kept up her fake smile and then changed the subject. Once the angels were going back to their respective universes, she threw a temper tantrum. Why did you send him to Vados? She confronted her husband just outside the palace. Why shouldn't I? We both know her abilities and... Stop playing dumb with me. Allow me to remind you that we caught Whis and Vados naked. Do you want to end their existence? Is that what you're planning? Kensei cut off the Grand Priest. She wanted to cut him right now. She didn't give a fuck about incest or whatever the mortals called it. That word did not exist in God's dictionary. The problem here was angels cannot have those kinds of relationships. Was he losing his mind? And allow me to remind you that they weren't naked at that time. Plus, Zeno-sama erased his memories, so calm yourself down. I don't want to hear about this, Kensei. Let the past sleep in peace. They fucked each other, the Shinken. Do you have any idea what you are doing? You're mad. They did not have intercourse, Kensei. Leave it alone. I am trying my best to protect my children, and all you do right now is hurt them. Protect, you said. Oh, yes, she's your favorite, after all. You don't give a shit about others, you only care about Vados. Margarita told me everything, including how you treated her by sending her to a trash universe full of wars to train a pathetic half-breed. Half-mortal, half-god. That sounds disgusting and humiliating. What's wrong about being a half-breed? Every living being, including us deities, are equal. We were all created by the great Xenos since the dawn of this world. So, never use that word in front of me again. Trust me, can't say, there will be a time when a mortal rises from the bottom of the world, or trash, in your words. That mortal will rival, and might even surpass us. He will outrank all of us, his power, and his character. I want my children to learn from them, so I send them to the lower realm. Mortals are both good and evil, and angels are neither of them. However, it helps to educate us on how to be a good deity. Well said, but I doubt it will change the fact that you favored Vados, and allowed her to be on top of Whis. As I said, she did not, and you knew that. Stop bending the truth. I'm done with your crap, can't say. Something dropped on the ground, and both of them turned around, only to find Whis' shocked expression with his staff. Did he hear all of it? Kansei was shaking in fear, for the first time. That was impossible. The Grand Priest remained calm, and even relaxed a bit. He spoke with his sweet and soft voice, as usual, but Whis was lost. He turned his head away, and just flew, as fast as he could. Whis Kansei picked up Whis' staff, and embraced it with love, and cried out for his name in despair. How could he have that kind of relationship with his sister that he admired the most? How could he do that to the woman who sneaked into his room, and took care of his injuries? How could he ruin her life like that? Whis knew why Vados acted like a broken doll because he broke her heart. He pushed her off the cliffs, and walked away when she called out for help. Just why? Whis sat on the tree while Arden was fishing, and so he went straight to her. Vados. She turned around with a gloomy face, and then turned back. I know why you are here, she said. Arden put down his fishing pole, and walked away to give them some private moments. The Grand Priest already told him that Whis knew, and he might come here to meet Vados. Oh dear, here we go again. Meanwhile, Whis was shocked at his sister's reaction. How could she act, as if nothing happened, and everything was normal? Then tell me why Whis was going to say something, but got intervened by his sister. That was an accident, and nothing more. Leave this place, will you? I don't have time for this meaningless chit-chat. She stood up, and walked past him. He had enough of this. He had enough people treating him like an idiot. Whis grabbed his sister's arms, and forced her to look him in the eyes. Look at me, he ordered her. Whis never used this tone when speaking to people, and now, he used it to talk to his teacher, sister, and a former lover. He couldn't remember anything about those moments with his sister, but he was being guided here by his heart, and his heart would never lie to him. Vados felt overwhelmed by Whis' force, as she tried to get his hands off her, but couldn't. Why did you leave? Why didn't you fight back? I didn't know you were a coward, big sis. And with all the strength Vados had, she escaped his grip, and slapped him in the face. Don't call me coward. And then she left, but he was on his knees again, and attempted to stop his sister with his staff. However, he got sent away with a single blow from Vados. How dare you use my techniques against me, Whis? And here I thought you could control your emotions. Out of my sight. When Vados got inside, she wasn't surprised that Arden was waiting for her in the dining room. Was it hurt? He said underneath, but enough for her to hear. Yes. She closed her door. He sighed, and looked out the window. There, a young man with his head down seemed to be lost in a giant maze. Arden never believed in things like the red thread of fate, but today, he believed in that very same fate. That day, the sky cried along with the two dead souls. Salty. Yes, it tasted salty, deadly salty. For someone else, it tasted sweet, and went pretty well with wine. Thanks for watching my video, leave a like if you enjoyed my video, and also do consider subscribing to my